Hey Capricorn, this is the love and relationship reading for the month of July 2026, or whenever you see this. Let's pull an oracle card to see what's going on. Enduring quest. Through struggle, build the stamina to uncover and stand by your truth. And growth guidance. Nurture your roots to fuel progress and rise beyond your dreams. So we're speaking to somebody in a long-term relationship, looks like. But let's get into it. Fool at the base of the deck. Are we going to take a risk and step out on faith this time? What's going on with you? Judgment. You've got the calling. You got the certainty. You know who you are. You know what your purpose is. This is related to a relationship. What else can you tell us? The Fool. Step out on faith. This is big energy here. Something's definitely transitioned for you at the beginning of July as you see this. Your person, where are they at in this scenario? Temperance reversed. Three of Cups. They are in a period of indulgence, big time. They could be partying, spending a lot of time with friends, doing a lot of revelry or pleasure seeking. They're doing a lot of it to an extreme degree, lacking in balance or groundedness with the Three of Cups paired with it. Six of Pentacles at the issue here of what you're facing, and the Four of Wands reversed. The roots. Where are the roots here? The home, the security. Six of Pentacles is the share and share alike, the quid pro quo. The challenge, strength. Who's disciplined here? The Lover's reversed. Okay. Yeah, the path forward is at risk. 2:02 on the clock. It's a choice point here. It's a choice point here, my dear. So let's get into it and find some answers for you. What is your subconscious want out of this relationship here? Page of Cups, emotional, positive messaging. You better talk to me kindly. Give me good vibes. Give me good news. Nine of Swords. This is an expectation also of anxiety, fear, trepidation, staying up at night, worrying about the outcome. Four of Cups, because ultimately, if you don't get that positive messaging here, it can change your entire perspective because you're anxious and worried and expecting another failure. You've maybe failed 3 times before to progress further with your person past this point where you're reaching a new level of accomplishment. Four of Wands can be moving in together, making a greater commitment, being exclusive, buying a home, starting a family, getting married. This is some kind of like next level accomplishment, and it's been evading you. Why? Because Six of Pentacles, the input is different than the output here. Someone is carrying more than their fair share. I would suggest that it's you based on what I'm seeing here, but we'll go further into it because the Strength reverse is saying who is really having the self-control here and who is throwing caution to the wind or who is being impatient. Two different ways of looking at the Strength card. A new perspective might be needed in your expectations out of this relationship at this time. For them, they expect steadiness, reliable income, reliable money, loyalty, and they expect you to be rather stubborn or solid in your beliefs and customs. Eight of Pentacles, you've shown them as well that mind's on the money and a money on the mind, as well as just the same habitual behavior over and over and over again. And Queen of Pentacles reversed. All Pentacles signs. And you're showing them very grounded and pragmatic energy at the same time, maybe overly focused on money and financial matters, and also the appearances of things. Queen of Pentacles is about what does everyone think that I have? Is anyone pocket watching me? I think they're expecting you to have an unreasonable focus even on things that are not of true value, things that might have monetary value or social credit value. Wheel of Fortune reversed. They also don't like the way things have turned. Moon reverse. They have clarity on something here. What is it? Seven of Swords reversed. There's no new strategy or plan. We're working harder, not smarter. Ten of Cups reversed. And the Ten of Pentacles reversed right behind it. They have a new clarity about the lack of emotional fulfillment, home and family potential, legacy, dreams coming true. King of Swords, harsh judgment and coldness. So why is it that they're over here in heavy cups energy and they're showing you're showing up as all pentacles all the way across? What are we working so hard for if our emotional fulfillment is lacking? If we can't enjoy ourselves, if we can't go out and spend a day in the sun with family and friends in lighthearted energy? Not everything is about money and practical matters. This is the question at hand. Seven of Pentacles. Is it actually worth it? Is the juice worth the squeeze? Period. Okay, you need to know right now. Where is this going? Your fears, subconscious fears about the relationship and where it could be headed. Subconscious fears about this relationship. Very reluctant to say so. Eight of Wands, things moving too quickly. Queen of Cups. Emperor reverse. You're afraid of hurting someone who is very emotionally receptive and sensitive with your words and deeds, and quickly becoming a tyrant in the eyes of this person, your person, because you're showing me they're a Queen of Cups. Sensitive, gentle, compassionate, open, receptive, soft. It could be a Cancer or Pisces. They're seeking emotional comforts with others right now. Like a lot. Like they're not available to you because you're not emotionally available to them in their opinion. And you're afraid that they're going to turn and say, look, Capricorn, you've been a tyrant. You're Emperor reverse. You're controlling the situation. You've been a narcissist. You've been evil. You know, other than maybe the Devil card, this is a pretty malignant card. Emperor reverse. This is the tyrant energy. And that is what you were afraid of, which shows me that you care deeply about this person and you do not want to hurt them. But there may have been something about this that escaped your notice. It is unfair circumstances here, because there's been a failure to capitalize and to bring forth this Ten of Cups promise. You promise this person the happily ever after on the emotional level. No matter what, materially or not. If you couldn't give them the $1 billion or the house in the Hollywood Hills, you would at least give them the emotional highs and the feeling in their heart that there was real love and real devotion and purpose and meaning. This is making me very emotional. This is so emotional. And I'm sure I know for the person that this is for, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's time to deliver on this promise. And I think that you've taken it to mean I must provide financially, and it's just spiraled a little bit too far down that path. It's not irredeemable by any means. In fact, it's very redeemable. You fucking know Judgment. If I pull Judgment first card for you, you fucking know this is confirmation only. I'm not here to tell you anything that you don't know. Two of Cups reversed. What was it that made us fall in love? How did we meet? What did we like about each other to begin with? That's what we're asking you at this time. They're afraid, Empress reverse, that they can't provide to you. They're not compassionate enough. They're not supportive enough. They're too controlling. They're afraid that they are too clingy. That this is too much to ask. Three of Wands, the expectations. They fear that their expectations are too high. Five of Cups. Oh, they are so very sensitive and emotional. They're such a sweet thing. They really are. And you know that. The Star, they're losing hope. They're afraid of losing hope. Star reversed. They're afraid they've been too negative. Ten of Pentacles. Because this is what they feel this is their dream, Ten of Cups. This is your dream, Ten of Pentacles. They would even support you to this. That at least we have generational wealth or a legacy. Something to show and be proud of. Standing in the community. A business. Resources to manage. Real estate. Industry. They're afraid that their desire for your time, your emotional energy, and your expectation for emotional wealth, their expectation on you for emotional wealth has now put at risk your desire for generational wealth and fiscal success, material success. Wow, there's got to be a way y'all can figure this out. I can't go away from this reading without figuring out how the fuck to figure this out for you guys, because this is just beyond compassionate and sweet and beyond just blessed. Very, very blessed with very good people here. Believe me, in all these readings I do, I see all kinds of trash. This is nowhere near that. This is very good intentioned people who work hard and work on themselves and love each other very much. King of Pentacles reversed here. Why is that coming out? Five of Pentacles reversed. The desire to be an insider, to be seen as wealthy, to be one of the in crowd financially, to be one of the higher echelon, or the managerial class, the executive class, has left you teaching and giving out an energy of corruption and poor values, improper values. Two of Wands, it's betrayed your future plans with your person. Five of Wands reversed. There were other conversations to be had, other ideas to be had with your person that you cast by the wayside at some point. Okay. Where do we go from here? How do you see them at this time subconsciously? It's quickly here. King of Wands, a teacher, a leader, a boss. Ace of Pentacles reversed. Perhaps overly charitable financially, too willing to give out loans and resource. Maybe you have a dream to retire to the Poconos. I don't know what the fuck that is, but that just came to mind. And meanwhile, they're supplying your children with all kinds of cash and money and sort of frittering away your savings. And so while they occur to you that they are a powerful leader, a wise one, a teacher, courageous, competent, creative, they don't hold on to their cash the way that you might prefer they did, or their resources. Now, how do they see you at this time? The Hierophant. Spiritually or religiously aligned and wise, yet everything in its right place, dogmatic to some degree. The teacher, the wise one, the be-all, end-all. The one to whom everyone else must come to for permission and for the way. This is very traditional. Knight of Swords reversed. Not all that helpful. Not forthcoming with communication. And Hermit reversed as well. They feel that you have not looked deeply into what is going on around you, particularly involving where all of this is leading to. And I do turn back to seeing love here. Are we enduring? Are we growing? Is this going towards our shared purpose, or has that been thrown by the wayside? Remember why we fell in love. Remember our original dream that we created together, that plan. Where is that all going? They would like to see this. And I did get the King of Cups early on as I was shuffling, and did intuitionally feel like this is how they really want to see you. This is your potential, how you have been in the past. Again, over time and by the influence of others outside of your person, and just kind of the greed is the word that comes to mind. I'm so sorry. You have turned inward to a King of Pentacles reversed when you are a King of Cups, emotionally resolved and contained, emotional wisdom, a provider, a protector. Emotions and feelings come first before anything else. Compassion and love, the devotion to those things, not money, not the job. And that's what they want to see from you. How can you support them at this time in July as all of these things come to a head? Because this is big. This is really a choice point here for you. 10 of Pentacles reversed. Release this. Release this. Wow. Acknowledge that it was what you want as well. Have a dialogue about it. Queen of Wands. Put them on the pedestal that they deserve. They are a creative and unique and charismatic, very special person. 2 of Pentacles. Let's make a deal. Jupiter in your sign of Capricorn. True growth involves the bargain. How can we keep ourselves afloat, keep the roof over our heads, or the comfortable level of life that we would like to be living, while reclaiming our time and our emotional strength and our emotional purpose, our spiritual vitality, our health, so that we can move forward together and everyone can be happy. That's the compromise that needs to be made now. Ask from them, 5 of Wands reversed, to realize that you place them above all others in terms of recognition of their voice, of their desires. And that Page of Pentacles, for them to learn, 10 of Swords reversed, of any ways that something could be self-destructive. Now, what is that? 6 of Wands reversed, Queen of Swords reversed. This is kind of an offshoot of something that might be going on with them and their reaction to you, as far as like going back to this Temperance reverse, 3 of Cups. Through a feeling of embarrassment and hypercriticism, that perhaps that is a self-destructive coping mechanism that either you or they are participating in. And so this is a call to support, to acknowledge this going on. And for who this is, you'll understand what this is, because it's sort of, there's not a lot of supporting cards around what this is. So hopefully that makes sense. But you're asking for greater awareness here. That like the bitterness and the criticism and any of the negative words and nastiness that may have come from you or them, you're acknowledging that it's because of an embarrassment or failure. And it's been self-destructive, right? I guess it's just more of an acknowledgement of where that came from. 9 of Wands. You know, I've been through some shit. You've both been through some shit. You've suffered many trials. And some defenses might be up. 5 of Swords reversed. It's time to pick up the pieces and heal the wounds. before greater destruction happens. 8 of Cups. The healing is so possible on this table right now. I do not see a strong energy of any further destruction here because it's what you both want. What are you learning about right now? Why has this happened in your life? 7 of Wands reversed. What you place on a pedestal. Lovers reversed. You know, it has the potential to sever bonds and promises. 9 of Pentacles reversed. Who was this walled garden for at the end of the day? Because you are just as dependent on them as they are on you. 3 of Swords, because the heartbreak, the triangulation of your emotions, and the lack of realization you need their support as much as they need yours. Yeah. Who have you enshrined on your pedestal? Was it a purpose or the shared goal in the lovers? Or was it financial achievement, material achievement? 8 of Swords. It's a long time coming. And it's entrapped you in a web of your own making. And that's hard to come to terms with. But you have the Sun here. Revelation, self-actualization, joy. I'm seeing the Cancer symbol here. Your opposite sign. Healing, renewal, new birth, and letting the past live in the past. That's what's on option here. They are learning about 4 of Pentacles. Again, what do they hold to them for their protection? What do they place as in a position of value? How do they wall themselves off? 10 of Wands. What burdens are they willing to bear for the greater purposes here? And 5 of Swords. Are they willing to do what it takes? I think they might have told themselves that they were willing to follow you on your journey to whatever end. And I think they've kind of hit a wall here. This is not their 10 of Cups wish fulfillment. That is looking less and less likely the further that they follow you along this path. And now that they've hit this wall, it's like, I can go no further with this. And that's why there's extreme escapism and just trying to dull the senses, numb, and also escape, ignore, distract. Yes. Okay. What other advice can we pull here for Capricorn to kind of close out the tarot part of this reading? High Priestess reversed, yeah. And the Devil. The lack of attention to what you know to be true. Your own inner guidance has been an ongoing destructive pattern. Continually ignoring your inner nature. Capricorn, you can do it better than anybody else. You can do it to spite yourself. Somewhere deep inside here is an inner knowing of energy, right? I mean, you're on a tarot reading, okay? You believe in this shit. It's here. King of Cups returns. This is where you return to. This is where you're needed to be at. You've done enough in the material realm. It's time to return to the King of Cups. The compassionate, emotional leader who has the wisdom, the patience, the love. Let's pull an animal spirit guide card for you here. Okay. Falcon. Act on the opportunity that's before you and commit to it without equivocation. Wow. Peregrine falcon. Providence is on your side, and the opportunity that has been presented to you is congruent with your soul's purpose. Judgment. We go right back to the first card. The Fool. Something new on your plate. Is there not an opportunity to like leave your job and retire or quit and go do something completely different, something that reclaims your time? To a change in career even? Even if you don't feel fully prepared or have doubts in your ability to manage the complexities that are inherent in tackling this venture, dive in anyway. You'll be pleasantly surprised by the support that will come to you in unexpected ways. This person is just waiting to support you in this. Commit to your mission 100% and fulfill that commitment to the best of your ability. This is not a time for analysis, introspection, or retreat, but a time for action. As you respond to the opportunity that's before you, be willing to adjust your course of action as the need dictates, while at the same time moving steadily towards your goal. You can deal with whatever concerns come up without being distracted by them and without straying from the path that you're on. Adventurousness. This reading really didn't talk about what this opportunity is. It talked about what came up and what led up to it. And I think ultimately that's the deciding factor. Have we put forth our best effort towards the things that we thought that we wanted? Where has that led us? Has it been fulfilling? Has it been worth it? Did it continue the plan and the purpose that you and your person set out to achieve together? Or is there an opportunity to break free and do something entirely different and new, something that feels like a calling? You've hit the lightning bolt moment here with the Judgment card. You can't turn away from this. It will return. If you miss this opportunity, it will likely return. Yet, precious time will be wasted, precious energy. The devil is the thief of time more than anything else. That is the most evil thing that can be wished upon us without our consent, or with limited consent, I guess I would say. Do your thoughts need a reboot? Focus on the good in your life. Clear your mental and physical clutter. You will feel so much better. You might have been too hard on yourself to make these achievements. And what were they all for? I mean, I think at some level, you have to accept that you've proved to yourself what you set out to do. But at the end of the day, make sure that it's worth it emotionally. That's the thing that matters on a spiritual level. It's all about the emotions. Nothing else matters. And don't forget your sweet person in the mix here. They were too sweet. Too sweet. I'm on team them. but I'm rooting for you both because I think that this is a fantastic opportunity to make a major change. Whatever it is, I'm curious to know what it is that's here before you because, like I said, we just talked kind of more about your past and where you've come and where you've come from, what you've done so far. So yeah. If you like that, please like and subscribe. I also have rising sign readings if you want to see more in-depth information pertaining to that, about what's going on in your life at this time. And there's also pick a cards on my channel and other stuff coming soon. Thanks for letting me read for you. Take good care of yourself. And until I see you next time, bye.